A surfer dies after being impaled by a swordfish. A police department invited people to play hide and seek with a cop, and students raise privacy concerns over using QR codes to get into bathrooms. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News. They're all weird, 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 weird. A surfer died after reportedly being impaled by a swordfish. Impaled by a swordfish, guys. New fear unlocked for beachgoers. Just stay indoors at this point. Everything kills you, it seems. An Italian surfer died last week after being impaled by a swordfish while surfing in Indonesia. Her name is Giulia Manfrini. Was 36 years old, from northern Italy. There's a photo of her. Quite beautiful, this surfer, Giulia Manfrini. Nobody told her, though, you don't bring a surfboard to a sword fight. Very sadly, she was surfing the water in Mentawai Islands, an area that draws surfers from all around the world. Unexpectedly, they say, a swordfish jumped towards Giulia and struck her square in the chest. Can you imagine that? You're just surfing, doing your thing, and a fish impales you in the chest. That's something you would never see coming. Also, very unexpected for the swordfish. Imagine you're just doing your thing. You're swimming all over the place, and you jump, and now there's a lady on your nose. All of it is just unexpected and tragic. I'm wondering if the swordfish is still alive and roaming the seas. Is this a Jaws situation? Let's keep reading and find out, and maybe learn how to avoid this. The article says that Giulia is a very prominent surfer with 30,000 followers on social media. She's the co-founder of A-Wave, which is a London-based travel company that specializes in surfing around the world. The partner in her company made this post on social media saying that, unfortunately, even with the brave efforts of her partner, local resort staff, and doctors, Giulia unfortunately could not be saved. We believe she died doing what she loved in a place that she loved. I don't think she died doing what she loved, man. Stabbed in the chest? No one loves that, man. They always say that. He died doing what they love. Who wants to die doing what they love anyways? Because I'm loving it. I don't want to die in the middle of doing what I love. Like drinking wine and playing wiffle ball is one of my favorite things. I don't want to die in the middle of drinking wine and playing wiffle ball. I want to die doing what I hate. Like paying online parking tickets or something. Just as I'm about to click pay. Die. Screw you, city of West Hollywood. You don't get my money for parking tickets. Now back into the article, and let's learn how likely it is to be stabbed in the chest by a swordfish while you're engaged in water sports. I'm going to say it's pretty rare. We have here Su Nanjae, an associate professor at National Taiwan Ocean University, who specializes in fishery studies. Yes, fishery studies. I study fisheries and fish. I'm into fishery. Everything fishy. They should call it fishy studies. That way you're not sure if it's about fish or it's something that's illegal. Su Nanjae says the likelihood of swordfish attacking humans during the day is relatively small because they mostly come up to the surface from the ocean depths only at night. You can't say it's impossible. It could still happen. Yeah, it did happen. Swordfish can pose a quite serious threat that is usually very likely to be fatal. Their snout is like a real sword. If it stabs, it goes very deep, and it could even slice through, leaving a large wound. In addition to the sword on its face, it has barbs that carry marine vibrio, or also known as bacteria. So if the wound itself isn't immediately fatal, it can lead to an infection. It's very, very dangerous. Yeah, this is just how swordfish are made, though. It's not the swordfish's fault. The swordfish is just swordfishing through life, Swordfish is like, yeah, I was born with a Sharpie snout, It's very pointy. What am I supposed to do in life, By the way, I wasn't trying to kill the surfer. I was just trying to give her a kiss. But, I can't kiss anything with a nose like this. I just want to be loved. My love language is physical touch, and I can't have none. All right, enough jokes about this tragic incident. I shouldn't poke fun. This is very serious. It's very sad. It's very sad. And I'm sure, all these swordfish jokes don't make her family feel any better at all. Jokes like this, they cut deep, man. A police department is inviting people to play hide and seek with a cop. The story's out of Oregon. The Sherwood Police Department likes to do community building events with a twist. Instead of coffee with a cop, a meet and chat opportunity that many police departments offer, the Sherwood Police host a Star Wars themed Coffee with the Force, where people can dress up as stormtroopers and Mandalorians, and they join the police to greet the public at a local Dutch Brothers. The department also hosts bowling nights and fishing outings. Wow, sounds like they're really in tune with the community and they get along with the community. I like to see that. Many communities I know of and where I've lived don't really get along with the police so good. And the police don't really make an attempt to fix that situation, unfortunately. Now, this event here is called Hide and Seek with a Cop. Ooh, Hide and Seek with a Cop, where armed and uniform... Wait a minute, armed police officers? We can play hide and seek with you. Why do you have your guns, sir? Why do you... We can play hide and seek without the weaponry, I think. Yeah, it's Hide and Seek with a Cop. It's October 30th, right around Halloween. It's armed and uniformed police officers try to tag teenagers and adults as they run through a wooded park in the evening. What could possibly go wrong with the armed police running after some citizens in the woods? What is going on here? Does this police department not have a budget to do real training exercises? What do you got next on the docket? Some drunk drive getaway races with the police? I mean, this reminds me of that movie, The Running Man. You see that with Arnold Schwarzenegger? All right, I clicked on the event that they posted. It's at the Stella Olson Park, October 30th from 7 to 9. It says, we would love for you to join us. This is your chance, your only chance to run from the cops without consequences. Okay, then they posted the events. Let's see how many people signed up for this event. I'm very curious. All right. 84 people are going, it says, but 200 people are interested. Okay, a lot of people are interested in running from the police in the woods. Are they aware that they're armed? Just want to make sure everybody's aware that they're armed. This is hide and seek. We don't want it to turn into hide and seek and destroy, Just want to make sure it's safe for everybody involved. I really don't think they need to be armed, but that's just my opinion. Now, the event is getting some mixed reviews on social media. I mean, do we even need to say that at this point? Everything gets mixed reviews on social media. Even the most positive story will have mixed reviews. You could post like a photo of a child feeding a swan at the park. Someone would be like, those swans are supposed to have a gluten-free diet, and that child's giving it Cheez-Its. That's not okay. Okay, so here are some of the posts, the responses. Someone wrote, I call it hide and seek. They call it resisting arrest. Nyah, nyah, nyah. Someone else wrote, I'd go, but I like breathing. Oh, that's harsh, but that's a good joke. Now, the police chief had a response to this. He says, there are always going to be people that have something negative to say about everything. This is genuinely just us trying to create a fun, interactive event for our community and for people outside of our community to come join us and spend some time with us. Okay, then it describes exactly what's going on. Participants will start at a theater in a park where they're going to get a wristband. They have to run about a third of a mile to the other side of the park without being tagged by officers. Are you sure you don't mean tased by officers? Let me just put my reading glasses on. Oh, yes, tagged, not tased. Well, you never can tell. Okay, so there's officers hiding along the route. You don't want to get tagged by them. Officers can decide if they want to hide and just leap out and tag people, or they can chase them through the park. This is a good event for police officers, teaching cops to give chase without resorting to your gun. That's nice. We want that. Participants who make it to the far side of the park will get a second wristband. Then they have to make it back to the theater without being tagged. The result, if they succeed, is a prize from the Police Foundation. It doesn't say what the prize is. I mean, can you give out some used German Shepherds? That'd be amazing. Participants will have to sign a liability waiver. They said a liability waiver, of course. Yeah, don't worry, my precious citizens. Don't Nothing to worry about. Although we're all armed, nothing's going to happen. But if you could sign this liability waiver, we would appreciate that. Oh, looky here. They asked that sheriff guy about whether it was a safety risk to have the police armed during the event. And he said that officers' guns are going to be in their holsters like they normally would, just like if we were chasing a suspect. So, I guess they're trying to get the officers used to running around with all their equipment on them too. But maybe make sure the gun's not loaded would be helpful. I don't know. I'm sure this is a scary event. They're having it around Halloween. Funny how, in general, citizens in our culture have such a fear of police that you can actually feature them in a fright event. It's kind of sad, really. I mean, if you watch old cartoons where they feature police officers, they would like walk down the street spinning their billy club and saying hi to all the kids. Like, hey, Billy, hey, Davy. And they're like, oh, hi, Officer Franklin. We're so far from that. I don't know what happened. But anyways, I do like events like this. It's pretty cool. Although it sounds like I don't enjoy the gun part, but like, yeah, something fun with the police is good. We need to have better relationships with the police in our community. We just do. So coffee with them, playing tag, playing hide and go seek. I recommend just wiffle ball with the police. Why can't we have wiffle ball? I'll run a wiffle ball with the police right here in Los Angeles. I'll do it. I don't know if they'll be into that, but that would be cool. As long as they don't mind if I'm public drinking, because I'm not playing wiffle ball without a beer in my hand or wine or something. Privacy concerns are raised over students using QR codes to get into bathrooms. The story is out of Huntington Beach, California. It's about 25 miles south of where I am. In this day and age, QR codes are everywhere, they say. You'll see the little squares displayed in advertisements in restaurants and even on the corner of newscasts. It has also made its way into schools. However, a tracking policy implemented at one high school in Huntington Beach leaves students raising privacy questions, particularly when they're required to use these QR codes to get into restrooms. Here's a quote from a student at the Edison High School. When you ask to use the restroom, you have to go and take your phone up, scan the QR code, and then they make you put the phone back down, and then you have to go use the restroom. You can't even look at your own timer, literally can't look at your timer to see if you're running out of time or not. Literally. Okay, I'm a little confused because young people can't speak. I was doing my best impression using the quote in the story. I still don't understand what's going on. So you use the QR code to use the restroom, and then a timer turns on, and you have a certain amount, or then what? You blow up in the stall? How does this work? They send a SWAT team jumping through the windows to take you out. You went over your time. 5 minutes only in the restroom. I'm assuming that's what's going on. Some students are angry. They feel like it's a privacy infringement. How is this a privacy infringement? Let's learn. They've been circulating a petition saying the policy goes against the government's duty to protect the health and safety of students. Others say the policy is unconstitutional. Well, I mean, no one reads the Constitution anymore, but yet they throw around this phrase, unconstitutional. Half of the people have no clue what they're talking about. I don't believe QR code was originally in the Constitution, or the word bathroom, probably. Anyways, one student says, this is disgraceful. Another student says, this is insane. On the flip side, the policy allows the school to track where the students are. One student says, well, there's been a lot of problems of kids just going and messing around, talking to their friends when they should be in class. Well, yeah, I mean, that's how it's always been when we've gone to the bathroom. We screw around, we meet our friends in the hallway. That's always going to be a part of school. You can't really take that out. I don't even think this QR code thing, I think the kids just don't want to be monitored like this is what's going on. They don't want to feel like they're living in some Orwellian nightmare. And, I got news for you. This is just the beginning. We're going from here to chips inside your brain so they know where you are at all times. That's the next step. They've already made that thing. Elon Musk made that thing. What's it called? The thing in the brain? They already tested it on someone. I think it didn't go well, as you can imagine. What happened to the normal bathroom pass, though? Does anyone remember these? They would give you a bathroom pass. Do they still do that in schools? I have no idea. I don't have kids. But they would give you like a chunk of wood that said like boys or girls on it. And then we would always write swear words over it. It's like a painted bathroom pass. Sometimes they were like really big bathroom passes, like a kayak oar or like a parking cone. I don't recommend a swordfish snout as a bathroom pass. That could trigger some people. Okay, back into the story. There's really, they don't elucidate. Is that a word? That probably means glow in the dark. I think I need a different word. Oh no, that's illuminate. Illuminate means to glow. Elucidate. I think it's. I'm using it correctly. They don't elucidate as to how this is a breach of privacy. I guess having a record of the times you're going to the bathroom is a privacy concern. I don't see the big deal, but it is a step in the wrong direction on some level because the monitoring of the students. Although you can make the argument with all these school shootings, like you should monitor the students' whereabouts at all times. One could make that argument. It is dangerous going to school these days. You know what I mean? I'm not totally against kids being locked in, digitally to their whereabouts through their smartphone. Then again, I thought we were trying to get smartphones out of schools, right? Wasn't that a thing as well? Teachers don't want the smartphones in the schools because they're distracting. Oh man, what a nightmare. What if you have a flip phone? Do you just pee on the wall next to the bathroom? How does that work? I have so many questions about this, man, and I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I should leave this up to parents to like weigh in on it. What do you guys think? 646-450-2012. You're so weird. I'll bet you think this podcast's about you. You're so weird. You're so weird. I'll bet you think this podcast's about you. Don't you? Don't you? Wow, what's up, my weirdos, my friends, my loyal listeners? Appreciate you spending some time with your buddy Jonesy. I hope life is treating you pretty good, pretty good. You can only hope for it to be pretty good. I mean, everybody likes to shoot for the stars, I just shoot for the front lawn. I'm like, that's good enough for me. What's that saying by the Chinese? 8 times down, 9 times up, such is life. I agree with that. Life's just a little bit better than crappy, and I think that's all we're owed in life. So I hope your life is just a little bit better than crappy, Sometimes it feels crappy, but just know that, it's going to get better. It's going to get better, guys. Just keep listening to Weird AF News. I'll make your life better. Hell yeah. Not only will I make you giggle, I'll give you some, I'll buck you up a little bit. Like I'm doing right now, bucking you up. Bucking you up is the thing, right? And bucking. I should look that up. I'm bucking you up. I'm motivating you. I'm like a self-help book. I'm like the podcast that you listen to feel good about yourself and get through the day. I should just make another podcast about me just helping you get through the day. If someone wants to do this, just go through all like 850 episodes of Weird AF News and take out all the parts where Jonesy is just trying to inspire you to live a great life. Put all that together. The moments where Jonesy's just telling you that it gets better, it's not so bad. Advice moments, and just cut together a really cool episode of that. I think that would be nice. And then you could listen to that like a mantra as you go to sleep every night, Jonesy's voice in your ear telling you it's all going to be good. Don't despair. Don't worry. No matter how bad you got it, somebody out there has got it worse, and they're trying. So you gotta try too. You can't just fold up, throw in the towel, wave the white flag. It's not acceptable. No. Anyways, maybe you want to donate to the show because you're rich. Go to weirdafnews.com and click on the Join the Patreon or Buy Jonesy a Coffee. Do it. Do it on your desktop computer. weirdafnews.com. Join the Patreon. Get me a coffee. Keep me caffeinated so I can keep doing quality shows like this and, making fun of people that die a tragic death. I'm not proud of it, but I do it sometimes. So sorry. And, it's trying to inspire you to live a life of happiness. What do you like to do? Do more of it. You like to play wiffle ball and drink wine? Do it. Halloween's here. It's my favorite time of the year, guys. It's going to be great. It's a great month. You should be out there going to the haunted mazes, going to the haunted houses, Do some trick-or-treating. Hang out with your kids with the costume thing, and don't just be a stick in the mud parent. You get dressed up too when you go with them. Show them. This is your chance to have some fun too. Let them dress you. Let them pick out the costume. Bring them to Spirit Halloween, right? Not sponsored by Spirit Halloween. Bring them to Spirit Halloween and then make them buy you a costume. I think that would be amazing. If you make your kids buy you a costume and then you dress up too. See, that's how it is. If you want to email me, it's funnyjones@gmail.com, and I left the phone number in there. I got an Instagram, though, and I think you should follow me on the Instagram. That's what I think. Excuse me. It's at Funny Jones. Funny Jones. At Funny Jones. Follow it. Follow it. Say hello to me. Cherish the love we have, for as long as we both shall live hand in hand, you and I.